Our Prime Minister will visit Ukraine and discuss bilateral relations and multilateral cooperation with the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy on the 23rd of this month. This is what the Ukrainian Presidential Office has confirmed. In fact, India's Ministry of External Affairs has said that this is also a landmark and a historic visit, since this will be the first time an Indian Prime Minister will be visiting Ukraine in more than 30 years since we established our diplomatic relations. The MEA has added that this visit will build upon the recent high-level interactions between our leaders. As you are well aware, though, India has refrained from directly blaming Russia for what Moscow calls a special military operation, while urging the neighbors to resolve the conflict through dialogue and diplomacy. Listen in to what the MEA had to say.
Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi will be undertaking an official visit to Poland this week on 21st and 22nd August at the invitation of Prime Minister His Excellency Donald Tusk. This is a landmark visit as Prime Minister of India is visiting Poland after 45 years. The visit takes place as we also mark the 70th anniversary of the establishment of our diplomatic relations between India and Poland.
Well, it's an action-packed few days for Mr. Modi, when he's going to be traveling to Poland on the 21st and wrapping up in Ukraine on the 23rd. Vishnu is in Poland, catching all the latest action for you. Listen in.
Good morning and welcome. I have come to you from Warsaw, Poland. The Prime Minister is set to visit over here, the first Indian Prime Minister to be in Poland in 45 years. It's an important relationship. There is a strong historical basis to this relationship. Indian and Polish soldiers fought together in the Second World War in the historic Battle of Monte Cassino in Italy. 6,000 Polish women and children were given refuge by royal families in India during the Second World War. India really wants to ensure that this relationship, which is so important, is raised to an even higher keel with the visit of the Prime Minister over here. There have, of course, been very high-level exchanges by foreign ministers and Polish heads of state to India as well. Earlier on, the former President of India also visited here. But the visit of Prime Minister Modi, very important. It's part one of a two-part visit. The second part of the visit will see the Prime Minister traveling to Ukraine just a couple of weeks after he traveled to Moscow. India's message absolutely clear. We have an entirely independent foreign policy. We have a close relationship with Russia, a close one with Ukraine. But when it comes to Ukraine, the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of Ukraine needs to be maintained, and the war needs to come to an end on the basis of a negotiated settlement. It's also interesting to note that the Russian Navy chief is presently in New Delhi, and India also has a close military relationship with Ukraine. Not too many people speak about the fact that gas turbine engines for Indian Navy frigates and Indian Navy destroyers are Ukrainian, that the transport aircraft fleet of AN-32s for the Indian Air Force actually come from Ukraine as well. So there would be that defense conversation as well. Ukraine, of course, now fighting a war, so to what extent things can progress, we don't know. But it is an important visit, a high security visit, and a very short 8-hour visit that the Prime Minister will have to Ukraine after a state visit to Poland. In Warsaw, Vishnu for NDTV.